79th Independence Day. 79 years ago, at the stroke of midnight, a billion dreams awoke, and a nation-long chain rose to breathe the air of freedom. This freedom was not handed to us, but was seized from the grip of tyranny by blood, sweat, and tears of countless souls. Farmers and poets, soldiers and students, mothers who sent their sons to war, and children who grew up in the shadow of struggle, all became threads in the fabric of our liberation.
Since the dawn of 1947, India has not barely survived. She has soared from the hymns of her village to the roar of her cities, the silent prayer at a temple step to the loud cheer in the cricket stadium. We have lived as one, bound not by the similarities, but shared destiny. We are the symphony of 1,000 tongues, a canvas painted with 100 hues, yet every note, every color speaks the same name, Bharat. On a day like today, let us not remember our freedom, but guard it. Let us not wave the flag, but honor it. It stands for the independence is not the gift of yesterday, it's the duty of today and the promise of tomorrow. As we stand here, beneath our soaring Tiranga, let us bow our heads with gratitude and lift our hearts in resolve to keep India free, united, and ever rising. Jai Hind.
With that spirit in our hearts and pride in our voices, I now invite Devdukkar Dada to commence today's proceedings. May I request him to graciously escort SVM's shining star and topper of this year's board examination, Ms. Pathare, to the flag pole. I also request everyone gathered to join in one voice in the singing of national anthem as soon as the flag is hoisted.
Salami go! Parade, हाथ नीचे.
You are now requested to join the singing of Jhanda Geet, a heartfelt ode to the national flag and the ideal it represents. Let our voice rise together in unity. This will be followed by a tribute to our glorious state, Maharashtra, the land of saints, warriors, and scholars, whose spirit, with courage and culture, continues to inspire us all.
So we shall flag off the celebration over here with a short speech from our guest of honor, Ms. Pathare. As you know, Pathare has been our topper this year at the board examination, and she also hoisted the flag today. Pal, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Independence Day to one and all present here. First of all, I would like to thank the school for giving me the honor to hoist the tricolour on this 79th Independence Day. There truly is no greater honor than this for an Indian. For me, 15th August is the day that serves as a reminder for all the struggles and sacrifices that have gone into creating an independent India. The blood, sweat and tears that have gone into it. It is a day for us to look back on just how far we've come and just how far we will go. The essence of a country are its people, and these 78 years have shown just how much the people of India can achieve. From being the fastest growing economy to being the first country to land at the south pole of the moon, India keeps adding newer and more marvelous milestones to its name. As I'm sure most of us are aware, India is experiencing what is called a demographic dividend, which basically means that we have the highest proportion of working population. Such a period is always considered crucial for a country, as it is when the highest scope of economic progress is there. It won't be a surprise if we see even more milestones and achievements coming our way. Now, the question that I've always thought of is, what should we as students do? What I believe is, from our school years itself, we should start trying our level best, whether that be in academics, arts or sports. The best way to contribute is by giving our all with the skills that we do have, to use our potential to the fullest. India needs such budding talents, which SPM further helps to nurture. For all that our country has given us, the least we can do is try our hardest, so that we see India and its people rise to new heights. With that, once again, a happy Independence Day to everyone. Jai Hind.
The long-standing tradition for a nation's leader to address the people, to inspire patriotism, instill pride, and ignite the sense of duty towards the motherland.
Fulfilling that very role for us today was our own guiding light, Madam Principal, Miss Monica Jaiswal. With great respect and pleasure, I invite her to share her words on the wisdom and on this momentous occasion.
दुर्लभ भारते जन्म, भारत में जन्म मिलना बहुत ही दुर्लभ और सौभाग्य की बात है. सुप्रभात, प्रजासत्ताक पर्वस्य शुभाशया. Congratulations on the 79th Independence Day celebration. Mulling over what to include in my address today, I was just reflecting on the word freedom as the root word, and different thoughts started clouding. A few questions started arising, like why do we consider it so important? Why is it worth fighting for? Why do we dislike to be under someone's gravity? Should it be treated as a compulsory right? Different people of different ages in the different parts of the world perceive it so differently, its usefulness and also its misuse. Talking about all of us sitting over here, we all go through different stages of life. While growing up as babies, we acquired different levels of freedom through a gradual development. At first, we were fed only with milk. Then we gained the freedom to choose our food. Then we learned to walk and getting the freedom to move. This way, our parents gradually taught us to make everyday small decisions. As we grow through the different stages of life, like your first 10 years, and then 20s, 30s, 40s, so on and so forth, our meaning of freedom keeps changing. Freedom from homework, tests, teachers, discipline might be an answer for the meaning of freedom at the school level. But at times, what we fail to understand is that getting good education rather than a rest from it is a greater form of freedom, as education allows a person to choose the future for herself or himself and all the decisions related to it in its future, isn't it? So all, in a crux, we may say freedom is an opportunity to choose and make a decision logically, proceeding from our own internal values, needs, and current situations. Responsibility is the second half of freedom. The more freedom, the more responsibility. This is its price and also its reward. The more someone deserves freedom, the more responsibility he or she gets. Freedom is the power and the right to create at will, but by understanding and accepting the full responsibility for actions and the consequences of one's choice. This happens when we relate freedom to the external forces or influences. But do we ever think about freedom from thyself? Each one of us as an individual is into split or dual personalities. We act and behave differently in front of the outside world and when we are alone with our own self. As Homo sapiens, we have evolved brains as compared to the other living species on our planet. So the point I would like to highlight and put across is that all of us can think and differentiate between the good and the bad, the right and the wrong. If we become more aware of self, we can think rationally about our actions, its implications and its outcomes. Each one of us know about our own good habits as well as our bad habits. So the only thing we can do is to be little more self-reflective and think about the drivers and the preventers which form a gap and act as a hindrance between our goals and actions. It could be gadget addiction, overly influenced by peers and social media, and the list is endless. Freedom from our own bad habits, inhibitions, negative thinking, negative influence is what we must try to achieve. Moving once again from me to we. Now let's think of ourselves as a community, as a nation. Today's world is full of uncertainties, from the ongoing wars between countries to the Trump's tariff tweets on an hourly basis. But it is equally true that there is some good hidden in every bad. And so the experts are also saying that the world order is changing. India is now emerging as a very strong country which can no more be subjugated or threatened by the so-called superpowers. All this needs courage. Courage to take harsh decisions in the larger interest of the citizens. Of course, there will be temporary loss. Our economy may get a jolt, suffer some sluggishness, but it may reap long-term benefits. Maybe your generation will have better opportunities within the country. Maybe the people from other countries would like to come and work in India more and more. So you also have to think well, as you are in a stage where you are shaping your personality, and it is always wise to sharpen your saw and skill yourselves to be the future ready, to be the creators of technologies for which we are presently dependent on other countries. A small country like Taiwan is the largest producer of AI chips, and so the tech-born generations. As tech-born generations, you have to think in directions which will help you upskill your game to the opponents and make our country more self-reliant, Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is the need of the hour. And that will happen when you grow in a healthy and holistic manner, staying away from substance abuse, cyber traps, bullying. You have to be socially and emotionally balanced, progressing consistently with a growth mindset to give yourself a better life and a better future. India's destiny is definitely being shaped in its classrooms, and together we can all strive to be more. Partition Horrors Remembrance Day was observed yesterday as an annual National Memorial Day commemorating the victims and sufferings of people during the 1947. Now, in the present state, some political agendas still run on the divide and rule policy brought in by the Britishers long back, encouraging partition of the unity we Indians are so proud about. They want us to fight over religion, over languages, over boundaries, caste and what not. But as an educated community, it is our own fair understanding and judgment to not fall prey to such loose agendas and stand together as a strength for our progressing nation. With these thoughts to share, I pause my speech. धन्य अस्मि भारतवेन, मैं धन्य हूँ कि मैं एक भारतीय हूँ. I am blessed to be a Bharatiya. Jai Maharashtra, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you so much.
Mr. Bill, there was so much of wisdom for us as a student to absorb from your words, and I trust each one of us has taken at least a thought or two to reflect upon.
And now, it's time for some fanfare and celebration. Taking the stage are the vibrant learners of grade 5, ready to enthrall us with a lively dance performance they have prepared for this special day.
Hey!
are back-to-back musical performances by the talented learners of grade 6 and 8, each showcasing their unwavering patriotic spirit and deep love for the nation.
हम सब भारतीय
Even more louder round of applause for grade 6 and 8. They have truly outdone themselves with such a heartfelt performance.
To express this powerful transformation, the students of grade 7 are here to present a unique blindfold dance, a performance that goes beyond steps and music. It is a symbolic journey, a journey that begins in darkness, where people are blindfolded, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Blind to their duties, blind to their needs of society, blind to the power of their hold as citizens. But as the dance unfolds, those blindfolds come off one by one. It reflects how awareness spreads, how consciousness awakes, and how each one of us begins to take our ownership of our role in building the nation. The performance is a tribute of every Indian who chooses to act with honesty, with courage, and with responsibility. Whether it's following rules, keeping the environment clean, helping others, or standing up against injustice, every small action matters. So sit back and allow this performance to speak to your hearts.
तू खुद की खोज में निकल, तू किस लिए हताश है? तू चल, तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है, समय को भी तलाश है। जो तुझसे लिपटी बेड़ियां, समझना इनको वस्त्र दो। जो तुझसे लिपटी बेड़ियां, समझना इनको वस्त्र तू। ये बेड़ियां पिघाल के बना ले इनको शस्त्र तू, बना ले इनको शस्त्र तू। तो खुद की खोज में निकल, तो किस लिए हताश है? तू चल, तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है, समय को भी तलाश है। चरित्र जब पवित्र है तो क्यों है ये दशा तेरी? चरित्र जब पवित्र है तो क्यों है ये दशा तेरी? ये पापियों को हक नहीं कि ले परीक्षा तेरी, कि ले परीक्षा तेरी। तो खुद की खोज में निकल, तो किस लिए हताश है? तू चल, तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है। ध्वज बना, गगन भी कपकपाएगा। चुनर उड़ा के ध्वज बना, गगन भी कपकपाएगा। अगर तेरी चुनर गिरी तो एक भूकंप आएगा, एक भूकंप आएगा।
वंदे
Indeed a special performance. Before we bring the stage to segment to a close, we have an important and final duty. That is vote of thanks. I call upon Jared sir to deliver it.
At the outset, I'd like to thank all the students because you could make it on this very big day to attend all the various activities that took place today. It's been different from all the other years. Usually we just come to school, we hoist the flag, we salute the flag, we sing the national anthem, the flag song, and after that we have some snacks and go home. But today we went through some activities. We also had grades 1 to 4 joining us, which was really beautiful. So I'd like to thank each and every person who made this day possible, beginning from the top, Madam Principal, Teacher Zeba. Then we have our sports masters who did a very valuable, who put a very brilliant performance. Grade 10 who did the kavayat, and also all the performances, all the teachers involved in the performances, all the teachers working in the background as well. Especially Kamal ma'am, your art teacher. You know, you normally don't even know when she's working, when she is not, but she's always over here. All this is because of her. Even Mahesh ma'am. Then your teachers, Sonal and Meera, who directed you in dance. Sir Anil, who directed you with the music. Am I missing anyone? No, I'm not talking about, I'm not asking about me. No, please don't do that. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, I have an announcement to make also. This has been given to me by Teacher Kamal. Teacher Kamal, if you could just join me over here. Where is Teacher Kamal? Close. And you are free to leave. Of course, you will need to wait until your buses are over here. So until then, we request you to please be at your best behavior.